Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I fucking lie?
So I was correct. Jigen is an alien. Now I am happy. Now everything makes logical sense in terms of storytelling and power scaling. I've been saying Jigen is an alien since September 2018 and I'm going to analyze his situation later on in the video. But this Boruto chapter was amazing. You know, it was good. Comparing the Boruto anime to the manga at this point is like night and day. The anime gets reactions like this.
Pancake. Milkshake.
Whilst the manga in comparison is like this. Oh my god! Okay, enough jokes. I'm going to do basic editing now and just speak my mind. When I read this chapter, I'm not gonna lie, I was hyped. I was excited and I really loved the sci-fi elements of everything that is going on right now. The Boruto manga is the true sequel to Naruto that we needed the anime to be. Now, you guys know I've stated this multiple times that Kawaki is my favorite character. Throughout the whole manga, Kawaki has received the most development. Kawaki's goal is to gain Boruto's trust because he needs Boruto to get rid of the Karma Seal and defeat Jigen, ending the freaking living hell he is currently in. Now in this chapter, Boruto has declared Kawaki his brother. Naruto essentially has two sons now. Now we all have to remember that Kawaki is a person that is learning the culture and witnessing positivity for the first time ever. He's slowly changing and the manga is doing a great job at portraying how Naruto is trying to use his most powerful jutsu of all time on Kawaki, and that's the talk no jutsu. It works every time. On the other hand, of course, understandably, Kawaki is a closed off person and he didn't trust them yet. He has never lived in a village before or socialized with anyone out of love or friendship, so he is learning from Naruto, his new foster father. Naruto wants to guide Kawaki to the path of good since he can relate with his troubled childhood, and just like Naruto, the writers of Boruto are doing a great job of making readers feel sorry for Kawaki as a person. Therefore, invest into his character to see what is going to happen. Why the hell would Kawaki betray the village in the future, right? That's what we are all thinking right now since we have seen his character develop and seen that he actually loves Naruto. It's pulling on our heartstrings and making us critically think. I mean, just look at the first 8 pages of chapter 35 with Kurama telling Kawaki Naruto's story. This is a major factor that was annoying all of us as a fanbase. We have knowledge of Naruto's past and everything about him since he was a baby to what he is right now, 32 years old man. He's the Hokage, he is Naruto, he is the OG, he is the man we all respect. Yet the other new generation Boruto characters, they are ignorant of everything that we know, the lore of Naruto. So Kurama sharing his story, I don't know if he used Ninshu to share Naruto's memories, but I think the manga should have illustrated that and make that the case, to be honest. However, the implications are still there. Kawaki is one of the first new characters that can actually understand Naruto and is living his past. All this development of Kawaki would now make us want to support his character and his goal of ending his life of hell, just like we wanted it to happen for Naruto to become the Hokage. The writers of the manga are portraying two sides of a coin that we must see. The contrast between Kawaki's life and Konoha or Boruto. They are showing Kawaki's flaws so we can relate to his shortcomings in life, because the Naruto franchise heavily focuses on the idea that human beings are not perfect. We all make mistakes, we all feel pain, but learning from this pain is what makes us human, who can understand each other and live in harmony. Kawaki is one half of this message once again. We must remember that Kawaki didn't choose to be born this way. He is being treated like this and he is a vessel. Even his real father abused him. Kawaki is Naruto and Boruto is Sasuke in this story. It's a reverse situation. Boruto will be the one that had everything to lose and has the dark dark prophecy that Momoshiki and Tonori has stated, whilst Kawaki has everything to gain and is trying to find his humanity and the essence of the world. We see this through this chapter again because Kawaki cries hearing Naruto's story and is amazed on how he prevailed to become the Hokage. He asks Kurama if he can become someone like him as well. Kurama says yes, and then the manga illustrates Kawaki crying with the vase being shown too. Now the vase or vase, however you want to pronounce it, is a metaphor of Kawaki. The bits and pieces that he was fixing was representing his soul and mind on how it was broken. But since living in Naruto's house and learning his story with all of this positivity and love that he's receiving, it's slowly but surely healing his inner soul. So moving forward, we see Kawaki learn basic chakra control with ease. He has as much natural talent as Boruto. Boruto says he learnt walking on trees just as easily, and then Naruto comments on how it was very difficult for him and he does like a little funny face, but the manga is trying to illustrate to us that Kawaki is on another level. You know, it keeps showcasing to us that Kawaki is uber strong, uber talented, and I already told you guys before what I think. I think this dude can kill father level Jonin already. Next up, we see Shikamaru and Sai discussing the intel that Konohamaru found regarding a location, Jigen and Karma. They deduce that they can only reach the coordinates via space-time ninjutsu, so of course Sasuke is the only option left. Now remember, we have been told previously that Sasuke is specifically also investigating the Karma seal after the Mujina Bandits arc when he saw the different symbols, and he told Boruto he would look into it to help him. So Sasuke enters this dimension per se and witnesses Otsutsuki symbols all over the wall. Now before we analyze these symbols and I explain what I think, the question we have to think about first is who, what and how these coordinates got into the scroll in the first place. Who would put such vital information laying around for Konohamaru to find in that explosion? Now my answer to this question is Kashin Koji. I will be doing a video regarding this in the future, but we know for a fact that Kashin Koji is acting like a double agent spy in Kara. Kashin Koji also wants to see Jigen be taken down. He said this himself. Think about it. Since Kashin Koji needs help to defeat Jigen, since we found out that Jigen is an alien who is far beyond the other characters in terms of power, the only way he would be able to help Konoha but retain his position in the organization of Kara is to make it seem as though the intel he has gathered to get leaked. You know, this is the only way. How did he leak all the information of how Jigen looks? Sasuke knew immediately, according to that intel, that is Jigen. Now, evidence that Jigen did not plan this himself as a trap is because when he enters this dimension with Sasuke, he has zero clue that Sasuke is there as well. Sasuke witnesses everything he does and can gather information to pass on to Naruto and make a plan. Kashin Koji is someone that has said his fate resides within Konoha. This is because maybe Koji knows that he needs Naruto and Sasuke to help defeat Jigen and end his plan. Now, as I said last month, everyone was getting kinda angry, a bit pissy, a bit upset that Koji declared that Naruto is not strong enough to defeat Jigen and that Boruto will be the answer to find out his weakness through karma. Now this is more evident in this chapter again. So I said everyone calm down everyone, because Kashin Koji's character knows information that we do not know. He is a double agent that acts with his own intentions. Now evidence Koji knows things we do not know is in this chapter itself. He knows that Jigen is an alien or an Otsutsuki himself. Koji is also the one that told Delta to not interfere with Kawaki's battle with Boruto and Konohamaru, and he allowed Kawaki to be taken by Boruto. So Koji also dashed into Konoha without her. He acts with himself. Why is that? So when Delta informed all of this information to Jigen, Jigen said, "Intel?" And he seemed alluded to the fact that Koji is acting weird. He might have some suspicions that what, is Koji a double agent? But going back to the chapter, Sasuke interacts with all the panels and they are programmed to show the Otsutsuki that they are linked to when touched. Sasuke says, "Each of them are Otsutsuki who have come to our world. Every pattern is depicted as a pair and some of them have been damaged." Now he comes to the conclusion that maybe Kaguya also had a partner when she came to Earth. So when we take a deeper look at these patterns, we can deduce that these symbols represent the Otsutsuki via their horns and eyes. Momoshiki and Kinshiki panels are on the left. The two bunny ears on the top with the Rinnegan is Momoshiki. The side horn pointing to the right is Kinshiki. Now next up, the pattern in the middle. The bottom one is Kaguya, represented by the Rinnegan and again her two longer bunny ears. The one at the top is Jigen because it has one horn when he is transformed and his black eyes, as you can see. So the patterns all the way towards the right, they are broken. Now I'm guessing the one at the top must be Urashiki Otsutsuki. The horns are very similar to the circular crown fashion that he has, and it also has a circle in the middle which could represent his Rinnegan. Now we don't know where Urashiki is or where his partner may be, but it seems as though there was a fight and this caused these patterns to be destroyed. Now another thing we need to understand is that the Otsutsuki clan, they clearly have a monarchy system that they follow. Kaguya was called the princess and is from the main branch family. Momoshiki was also explained to be from the main branch family. This is in the data books and in the story. This is why Kinshiki follows all the orders from Momoshiki even when he's told him to sacrifice himself and transfer his power to him. More evidence of a monarchy system or a hierarchy within the Otsutsuki is from Urashiki himself. When Urashiki was fighting Gaara and Chojuro, he said this himself. So as you can see, Urashiki is calling Momoshiki his superior. Why is that? Well, this might be because just like the Hyuga clan where they called Hinata the princess and Otsutsuki on the moon had a main branch with a side branch, the Otsutsuki original clan also must be following this creed. Urashiki must be from a lesser branch that must follow orders. I mean, again, think about it. Momoshiki Otsutsuki was a member of the clan from the main family. He and Kinshiki were sent to investigate the whereabouts of Kaguya and her god tree. So who sent Momoshiki exactly? That means Momoshiki has a boss. That means Kaguya has a boss, right? So this foreshadows the idea that there is an Otsutsuki king or someone that governs the race like a leader. There must be someone that is ordering them to do so, otherwise why is she a princess in the first place? Urashiki Otsutsuki was originally designed by Kishimoto to be the third member of Momoshiki's group in Boruto the movie that came out in 2015, but he was ultimately cut from the film along with Tonori Otsutsuki due to time constraints. Now a few years ago, Kishimoto made it clear in interviews that Urashiki is apparently the true big bad guy, much more than Kaguya and apparently even more so than Momoshiki. Now all of this is making sense now. Kishimoto in interviews and in the Naruto manga, he hinted that Kaguya's self-destructive move to create the White Zetsu army appears to be motivated by her being terrified by the Otsutsuki that were going to invade Earth and find her, and she needed defense, right? So the White Zetsu were originally the victims of Kaguya's infinite Tsukiyomi. Humans that were changed into White Zetsu were transformed after being tethered to the god tree over the course of years and ultimately slaughtered within the demonic statue of the Outer Path. Now in Naruto chapter 679, Black Zetsu stated that Kaguya intends to turn people into White Zetsu to be her soldiers. Kaguya created this army to help her fight against the other Otsutsuki. So what must have happened within this clan is a revolution or a revolt. Maybe something went down in the monarchy system that people got greedy for power. Maybe it was Jigen himself, who knows. So when you look at this shit holistically and self-reflect on the knowledge that Kaguya knew that the humans themselves, they were too weak, so she had to transform them. And look how powerful the other Otsutsuki are. They are godlike beings, right? So she said, forget it. If I want to get help against the Otsutsuki, I'm going to force them to become White Zetsu. We even know that Kaguya isn't actually dead too. She got sealed away. Naruto and Sasuke did not kill her. So there is also the possibility that in the future, Naruto and Sasuke will make the decision to unseal Kaguya to get help to save the future. But going back to my point that Jigen is an alien and some eternal conflict was going on, in Boruto chapter 34, when Delta reveals to Jigen that Boruto has a karma, Jigen snickers and says, "What unforeseen news? Momoshiki, you sly fox, you did manage to leave behind a vessel as you died." So what this tells us is that Jigen is not really that fond of Momoshiki because he has his own plan of what he wants to do. Jigen himself implies that he is a vessel because the 10 tails will eat him one day. But what is the 10 tails? Well, we all know that the tail beasts are actually just big balls of chakra. Hagoromo created the other tail beasts by splitting the Earth's 10 tail beasts into different entities with the creation of all things technique. The one Jigen has is clearly not the same 10 tails that we know. It's a new one in my opinion. The 10 tails itself that we know from beforehand on Earth is the combined form of Kaguya, Otsutsuki and the God Tree. Kaguya, after consuming the fruit of Earth's God Tree, chose to settle on the planet and use the power she gained in order to single-handedly rule over the human populations, because she wanted to change them into white Zetsu, as I said, to create a defense against the invading Otsutsuki that were going to find her. But later on, she became the 10 tails to reclaim the chakra inherited by her sons Hagoromo and Hamura, because she had 2 sons and she got jealous that they had her power. She wanted to get more power. So we all know where the story goes from here. Kaguya lost to her sons, right? However, she created Black Zetsu prior to her sealing in order to facilitate her revival. Madara Uchiha summoned the empty vessel of the 10 tails back into the world and named it the demonic statue of the outer path, but he did not know the whole truth that Kaguya was planning. Once Madara had completed the Eye of the Moon plan, he was promptly betrayed by Black Zetsu, who proceeded to use Madara as a medium to absorb enormous amounts of chakra from the victims of the infinite Tsukuyomi, thereby completing the revival of Kaguya. So now that we are all on the same page, we know that the 10 tails itself is just an Otsutsuki combined with a god tree. Jigen enters the dimension and siphons chakra from the beast for himself, but he states, there, didn't I tell you it's too soon for you to eat me? I have to complete the vessel first. So by this logic, we can deduce that Jigen may be a vessel too. Maybe he wants the 10 tails to eat him just like Kaguya technically ate Madara, so that he can absorb all the Otsutsuki chakra for himself and regain a new original form that he wants. This will make him an even more powerful Otsutsuki that he can control and challenge the main branch of the clan. The 10 tails that we saw is clearly not fond of Jigen and is actually really angry at him, just how Kaguya was angry at her sons. So remember that the pattern that we cannot identify and was damaged, right? We don't know what this pattern is, it's damaged. What if the 10 tails is that Otsutsuki and he or she got betrayed and in turn got trapped by Jigen for his own original plan, and he forced them to become a 10 tails? This gives us another clue that Jigen may be the one that betrayed the clan to the point to become a deity that no one can defy. Jigen wants to create a vessel because that's the creed of the clan that we know, right? He needs to create a plan B where it's kind of like an offspring. Maybe that's another way of how the Otsutsuki clan keep reproducing. Sasuke witnesses Jigen get his horn Otsutsuki form and he starts to get nervous. He's kind of shitting his pants. He says this is too dangerous at the moment and he needs to inform Naruto. I mean, realistically, in terms of power scaling, Naruto and Sasuke, with their powers combined, by the looks of it, they will also struggle against Jigen. Jigen has space-time ninjutsu, he can fly like a 6 paths user, he's an Otsutsuki, and it seems like he has the 10 tails as his pet. So my analysis from before is 100% correct. The inorganic technology makes logical sense now. It's from Jigen, it's Otsutsuki technology. The power makes sense now that he has. His design makes sense now, he's an alien. So the plot has been fixed. Like, this is literally why I kept saying Jigen is an alien. If he wasn't, the story was going to be destroyed and not make sense. So I'm glad that Kodachi isn't an idiot and he created this fantastic story that I can back now. There's 2 options now, or maybe more, but there's only 2 that I can think of right now. Either Jigen betrayed the Otsutsuki clan and he has his own goal to be a deity, or he still works for the Otsutsuki clan and he created these vessels like Boruto and Kawaki or whatever to revive his clan members and use them to keep destroying Earth and other planets and keep going forth, getting chakra fruit and keep living like an Otsutsuki. It's either those 2. Let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section below. This isn't everything that I wanted to say regarding this chapter. This could have easily been a 40-minute chapter review, but you know, I may just make another video regarding this. Follow me on Twitter or Instagram. Let me know your theories, put them in the comment section below, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.